I remember years ago when I was living in the state, Roller Gardens, yo, and I realised this is where it all begun. I remember when I was a kid, for some reason, this block that you see like over here, like that one over there with the door. And I remember before when I was coming at my house and this kid threw a stone at me. Bang! It licked my arm, and it hurt. It hurt, right? And I never knew why the guy was picking on me. And I remember from this day, that's when I started to realise, yeah man, nobody don't like me. And from that day, I remember going to Woodbury Down Primary School, and all this used to be different back in the day. Like, none of this never looked like this. The whole thing's changed. Like, I remember the original 1 o'clock club, like the youth club over here. Like, because back in the day you had like 1 o'clock club, you had the youth club where people will come play pool, play like PlayStation, stuff like that, and Nintendo and stuff like that. Xbox, whatever it may be, whatever they were at that time, innit? But in the day, I remember this place, yo. This is where it all begun. And from then, I remembered going from there into, into the place, certain times in primary school. And from that moment, that's where the bullying started to kick in. People looked at me different. I remember when people saw something on me, and then that's like where it all started from there, yo. Woodbury Down School was the first school. This is where it all started, yo. First school. This is the second school I went to, and this is where the nightmare of my life happened. It happened in this very own place. What you see behind me, that school there, this is where all the bullying and suffering happened. So I will never forget that day in it when I was younger and the stuff I was going through in life. So this is where it all begun in this very, very, very fateful place, yo. So in that moment of my life, that's when I realized a lot of things. I remember when my birthday happened and I got bullied for my birthday. And I remember people used to tell me and say, don't eat his cake. Like, his cake is nasty, his cake is shit, his cake is garbage. And I remembered it was so painful that I laughed at myself. Because when things get so painful, right, you want to cry, but you laugh at yourself. It's like you go insane, like you go crazy. And I never forget them days, innit? And I remember the days of suffering. I remember it all started from that place in Roller Gardens. So from there, and when I was into Woodbury Down, came down to certain times Abney, between that gap is where it all started, where I noticed it. When I noticed it all just started to kick in, and I could never understand the reason why. And all I remember was I was never loved, I was never cared for, never appreciated, never accepted, that I was never needed. I was just this person that people would just bully, rob, betray, do all type of bad things to, innit? Pure bad things happen to a man throughout life, so I've always known that. And as I grew up in life, all I wanted was just to be able to be accepted and be able to fit into life. But for some reason, I was never given that opportunity to be able to fit in and be a part of everybody else. People just saw me as this outcast, this outlaw. And when I look at my life now as a man that's like, what? Literally almost 40 years old. And I've been going through this my whole life, and nothing never changed. And like, you can't make friends, that your family don't care, they're not around like that. You can't even make a family of your own. So you start living this life where, like, what you see in front of me, you start living this. Let me show you. You start living this type of stuff, like you see in front, and this is all you see, like. So I'm at the part where, like, I'm here right now at this hut place, at this hut, and all you see is just this place out here with the all marshes. That's Wolverhampton over there. You're seeing like Tottenham Wall down that side, and it's like, why is it and how is it that some people are left to suffer a certain life? So I've always noticed that, yeah, I'm on my own. Anything you want to do is on your own. It's like, When's that chance gonna come where I'm ever gonna get married, have kids? Where's that time gonna come when things happen? Like, if you wanted to go somewhere, no one don't want you to go clubbing with them. No one don't want you to party with them, right? Nobody don't want to do anything with you. It's like people just left me aside and said, nah, go away, we don't need you, or you're of no importance. And I could never understand the reason why these things was happening. Even when I went to Gradesbrook Primary School, like, I realised that, like, even there I realised that, you know what? Nobody there don't even like you either. So you start asking yourself these questions. Where did I go wrong? Like,